The Bank of England is a historic financial centre, not only for its influence and history, but also just how bloody secure it is. You don't see stories very often about people that are able to successfully rob a bank of this magnitude. However, today we're talking about just that. Somebody who was a criminal mastermind, quote unquote, who was able to rob them blind. The exciting twist to this entire story, however, is that the man that robbed the bank wasn't actually a criminal. Nope, he was just a humble sewage worker. This all will make more sense as the story goes on, but I want you to think about this throughout the video. If you were doing your day job and stumbled upon millions and millions of pounds worth of gold, would you turn a blind eye, or would you take some for yourself? So, picture this, it's 1734 and the Bank of England has just set up shop in the bustling city of London. With its impressive 8-foot thick vault walls and state-of-the-art locking systems, this place is as secure as Fort Knox. It's so impressive in fact that during the bank's 330-year existence up until this point, it had the honour of never being robbed before. And, well, I guess that's about to change. Those vaults by today's standards are said to hold over £100 billion worth of gold. That's a whole lot of bling. Each gold bullion bar weighs around 12 kilograms, so if you're thinking about robbing the bank, maybe just do a bit of practice first, a bit of lifting in the gym to get those bullions in and out of there in one piece. Oh, and also having the knowledge of being able to break one of the most sophisticated locking systems ever conceived. This was an absolute battle to get through. Yes, because this place was basically impenetrable. Almost impenetrable. But here's where the story takes a surprising turn. A single Victorian sewage worker armed with nothing but a shovel and a sly sense of adventure manages to breach those supposedly impenetrable vaults. This guy, who shall remain nameless, mainly due to the fact that he was never caught, is the man we're talking about today. And you know what? My philosophy is that if we know the name of the robber, they're not a very good robber. So this guy obviously was in the complete wrong profession, being a sewage worker when he could have been a master spy or sleuth. This, along with many other details about the whole incident, have been lost to the passage of time. However, the bank themselves have a page on their website about this legend and how the story came to be. So a lot of this is from their perspective, so you'll just have to bear with me. What the bank claims, however, is that they started to receive a whole bunch of anonymous letters to the bank's directors, claiming that this person had managed to access their vaults. So you'd think that any Victorian sewage worker who maybe couldn't even write, I don't know, I'm just making an assumption, sent a letter to the bank, and the bank's directors you would think is probably some sort of an elaborate prank or a scheme, so why not just toss that and throw it away? But no, surprisingly enough, they took these letters quite seriously, and even took him up on his offer to basically talk to him and find out how he gained access to the vault. I mean, after so long when the letters just keep coming and coming and coming, eventually you just think, what the hell, we'll give the guy 5 minutes and see whether he's full of shit or not. And no, that is not a joke because he's a sewage worker, I mean, literally, is he telling the truth? On the agreed night, the directors eagerly gathered inside the vault, awaiting a rendezvous with their supposed bank robber. Suddenly, they heard a noise from down below, and, lo and behold, a man emerged from underneath the floorboards in the bank. The sewage worker we spoke about earlier, who could have funneled away many, many bullions to his heart's desire, didn't, for some unknown reason. As a matter of fact, this was a guy who had some conscience about him because he took nothing and instead told the bank about this whole thing. Again, like I said earlier, I do wonder how many people in the comments actually would have done this, and if they thought they could get away with it, what you would do in this situation. I mean, I don't know where you sell billions of pounds worth of gold bullions, but, well, there's plenty to go around at the end of the day. But I'll leave that one in your court. So, it turns out this adventurous sewer worker had been repairing the sewage system near the bank when he stumbled upon an old drain leading straight into the vault. It would have been so easy, even just with a single bar, just to take it away. However, the bank did a thorough check and realised that nothing had been taken. Everything was accounted for, and this man who had just emerged from the floorboards was telling the truth. Naturally, the bank owners were very impressed by this guy's integrity and rewarded him handsomely with £800. That might not seem like a lot of money, but remember, this is back in the day, back in Victorian times. £800 is about the value today of £800,000. Yeah, this sewage worker got a pretty big tip that day. Plus, it also meant that he didn't have to try find somewhere to fence these gold bullion bars that he was potentially thinking about taking, but in the end, did not. This is one honourable guy. So, what can we learn from this whole thing? Well, first and foremost, is that sometimes honesty can take you a long way. Now, I have to admit that the fact we don't know this guy's name does raise a few eyebrows. It's almost as if the bankers wanted to keep this embarrassing incident off the official record. Maybe they were worried that others might probe further into the blunder and find some further problems with the bank. Maybe another pipe, or a loose wall panel, or just any way to get into the vault. Someone that might not have so much integrity as the sewage worker. Or the alternative is that the story just simply didn't exist. However, when looking into the official records of repairs done in the local area at the time, there were works done in the local sewer nearby at the time, and we have records for it, which gives this story some legitimacy and kind of proves a link that this could have potentially happened. However, nevertheless, if it's true or not, it's a pretty cool story nonetheless, and it's a lesson to be learned. Maybe, just maybe, check your sewer pipes every now and again, because you don't know when a plumber's going to come out of nowhere and tell you that he's got access to the most secure bank in the world. I don't know about you, but explaining that to the insurance company is not a good conversation to have. If you guys like that video, here's another one just like it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.